And clearly you have goals in your life that you're trying to go after. Because if you already reached those goals, then you wouldn't be having anything to work after. Everyone has something that they want, but they don't have it yet. So you have something that you need to go and work towards. So why are we not already working towards that to acquire what we desire? The power of choice is literally in your hand. Every single day you make choices, right? That's rather for the good or for the bad. And I'm sitting here and I'm just reflecting, and I start thinking about all these different choices and all these different decisions that I've made for me to get to where I'm at. And it's like, are you happy with where you are? With the choices that you've made, are you happy with where you're at? And you start, for you, I want you to reflect and just think about the things that you've already done or the choices that you have already made for you to get to where you're at. And if you're really happy with that. I think that every single day we're put in a position to make choices. For every single moment in our life, I have the choice to make this video. I have the choice to sit the way I'm sitting. I have the choice to be on my phone, to be on TikTok. I have the choice to even walk around. Everything you do is a choice. And do you make the right choices for you to be the person that you need to be? You know what I'm saying? At the end of the day, you have to make the right choices for you to be where you need to be, but also be the person that God's called you to be. So when you start sitting there and you start reflecting on yourself, what are you doing to really get to where you need to get to? What options are you taking that's putting you to where you are, And at the end of the day, man, you start sitting there and all these choices that you made subconsciously or even knowingly, then it's like, what did I do today to be better? And if I made the right choices, that's great. But if I took choices that kind of prolonged me from getting to where I needed to get to, why did I make that choice? You know what I'm saying? Certain things that you just got to sit there and reflect on. And I'm sitting here, I'm working on some stuff, and I'm taking a couple calls, and it's like the more people I end up talking to, I start realizing that they're taking the choice to be able to level up and to be where they need to be at. But some people are also taking the choice to stay where they're at and to also stay mediocre. You know what I'm saying? What choice are you going to take? What choice are you going to make that you're like, look, this is where I need to be. This is the person that I want to become. You know what I'm saying? What's really going to get you to that next level? And for me, entrepreneurship, to all my entrepreneurs out there, you know what it's like if you have a business and you're trying to make something happen, or you're trying to market for yourself, or you have months where, money isn't coming in, or maybe it's even that you're just trying to put yourself out there and network with people, and it's hard to network with other people that are just trying to get their business started, or people that's already been successful. You got to make sure that you're putting yourself in a winning position. That way you're not worried about comparing yourself to other people. The option and the choices that you make are going to get you to where you need to be at. And you got to realize that, man. Everything, it really comes down to you. It's really learning how to bet on yourself with the actions that you take for you. And we don't realize that every single day we're making subtle choices. Just for you to go to work, you got to wake up, you got to put clothes on, you got to choose what you're going to wear, you got to choose to get in the car, you got to choose to turn the car on, you got to choose what route you're going to take just to get to work, you got to choose to show up for work, right? Then you got to choose to work. Everything that you do has a choice. And at the end of the day, like I said, you got to choose what you're going to do. People choose to wake up and be mediocre, and they just lay in bed and they just waste time. They kind of just go through life. Other people choose to wake up and choose to get after it and want to be successful. So what are you going to choose to do? Because either way is going to be hard. You rather choose the hard life of being successful and going through the grind and trying to be great, or you choose the life of going paycheck to paycheck, staying mediocre and not really getting to where you want to be at. You know what I'm saying? There's only one choice that you're going to take that's going to get you on either side of those. And like I said, at the end of the day, you have to put yourself in a position to start winning. The moment that you understand what it really takes for you to win, why don't we start working towards that? Because it's hard, right? We got to make the choice in our mind to be like, man, this is a hard decision, but I'm choosing to still move forward and to still be great with this. I'm choosing to actually keep working on myself and keep pushing myself so I can get to where I need to get to. Even if you want to quit, that's a choice. When you want to give up and you're like, man, this is too hard. This is harder than I thought. This didn't really give me the results that I wanted. You're choosing to quit. If there's something that you really want to do and you really want to pursue, you got to keep moving and you got to keep going. Especially if you're a business owner, or if you want to become like entrepreneurship, or even if it's just in a job that you really care about and that you want to do. If it's something that you feel passionate about, you got to keep moving forward. Everything is going to be hard. Let's be real. In life, there's nothing that's just going to come easy, especially if it's something that has a really big reward. So at the end of the day, we got to choose to keep moving forward. We got to choose to keep, being successful and keep pushing ourselves to the limit, because Who else is going to do it? No one else is going to come in your room and say, hey, let's wake up, let's wake up. You have to choose if you're going to keep pushing or not, or if you're going to say, this isn't for me, and just quit. I think that a lot of people need to self-reflect and think about the choices that they're making and see if it aligns with getting to where they need to get to. Because if you don't, you're going to be stuck in this same trap in your head. It's like choosing all of these negative and wrong things. And every now and then, we'll make the right choice. We'll go work on ourselves and we'll put ourselves in a position to start being great. But overall, we're not being who we need to be. How do you expect to see growth if you don't be consistently active with wanting to see growth? You know what I'm saying? Like, it just makes no sense to me when people say, I tried this for a little bit and I didn't really see the results that I wanted, but you stopped and you gave up. So how do you expect to see the results that you wanted when you didn't even give 100% effort into what you wanted? And at the end of the day, you're sitting there and you start contemplating and start reflecting that maybe this isn't for me, or maybe, it was a good thing that I tried this, but, it wasn't my thing. And that's cool. That's one thing. But if it's because you didn't give the full effort and the full, attention to that thing, then maybe that's why it didn't work. That was a choice that you made to not give attention to that, for you to maximize the results that you could have had in that. So my challenge to you is to reflect on the person that you created yourself to be. What choices and what actions did you take for you to get here? And are you happy with where you are? If you're working on yourself and you're in a season where you're just grinding and you're trying to get after it, that's a choice that you're making. But if you're also in a season where you're like, man, I'm just going to be on the bed, I'm just going to be playing the game, I'm just going to be on the couch, I'm just going to, binge watch a bunch of shows, I'm not really going to go and be great, I'm just going to kind of slack off and, take time to restart or reset, that's a choice too. But if you're a person that's like, look, I have goals, I have things that I want to accomplish, I have things that I want to get to, you got to put yourself in that position. And that's a choice that you have to make. At the end of the day, it's literally your choice. No one's going to come over there and do it for you. No one else is going to come over there and literally put you in that position. You got to put yourself in that winning position yourself. And the thing is that might just start with the people around you, the influential circle that you have around you. Is that really a good influence for you to make the right choices, or you're around people that's going to put you in a negative situation? You know what I'm saying? That's why people always say the 5 people that you're around makes who you are. You got to make sure that you're around the right people for you to get the results that you want to get. If you're around entrepreneurs, business people, like-minded people, people that want to see people win, you're going to be a person that reaps the good benefits from that and make good choices. If you're around drug dealers and smokers and, people that like to do negative things, that like to be lazy and all of that stuff, man, it's going to wear off on you. And that's why I can't really put myself in a bunch of circles and a bunch of groups or a bunch of, whatever. I got to be careful with who you network with, because some people are in the space of wanting to network, but not to see other people win. They want to be selfish and have themselves win only. You got to be able to put yourself in a position to want to be around winners, but also winners that want to see you win. And once you do that, then you're making the right choice for you to actually be around the right people. And once you are in that group, and once you start seeing other people win, and once you start winning, you'll want to see other people win. You'll want to be in a position where you can impact other people on a positive note. And that is a choice that you're making as well. So check your heart, check your influence, and end up checking out the decisions that you make on a consistent basis. And ask yourself, is this where I want to be in my life? And if it's not, we got to change one of those 3 things, if not all of those. Because we got to make sure that we're in a good space for ourselves, but also in a good space for the future us that we're supposed to be. Make the right choices, man. We got to make the right choices, especially for us to get to where we want to get to. And clearly you have goals in your life that you're trying to go after, because if you already reached those goals, then you wouldn't be having anything to work after. Everyone has something that they want, but they don't have it yet. So you have something that you need to go and work towards. So why are we not already working towards that to acquire what we desire? You know what I'm saying? You want that cool car? Then why are we not working to get the money for it? Why are we not working why are we not working to actually be in a position that we want to be in and making the right choices to get there? Every single day you have a choice to wake up and grind, or you have a choice to wake up and be lazy. One of those 2 is going to get you someplace, and you want to be on the winning side, period. So my challenge to you is figure out what choices you make and to self-reflect. Look at your circle, look at yourself, and start moving from there. Because from there, you will start learning about yourself to understand, I need to make better choices. I need better people around me. I need a better headspace. I need different influence. I need different mentors. You know what I'm saying? And it's going to put you in a winning position for you to actually want to get to where you want to get to, and for you to actually start winning in where you're supposed to win at, where God's already called you to be at. Get out of the negative circles, the negative talking, if that's your family, that's the friendships, that's just anything. It's time to level up and to get where you need to get to, but that is a choice that you have to make. So that's really all I got for you on this video, man. Like this video, subscribe to the channel, and comment what you guys are trying to work on. What's one thing that you feel like, I make the wrong choice in this, but this is what I'm gonna start doing to actually be better? Let me know, man. I love hearing from y'all. So that being said, y'all, that's gonna wrap up the video, and I will catch y'all in the next one. I'm gone.